Are down. From the bottom to the top, Chelsea are the champions. They won today, and it's now time for the presentation. Gary Neville, Martin Tyler.
Chelsea players lining up for a moment they've been waiting for, Gary, for a couple of weeks now, and even through what's been a very enjoyable game here, played at probably three-quarter pace, it's been all about this today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in the second half the Chelsea fans sung the team home. And those Chelsea players, like I say, a little bit demotivated this last couple of weeks naturally. Jose Mourinho said it on Monday night against West Brom. The focus just stepped off a little bit, but this is the moment they've been waiting for. They've worked hard all season for it. They've been the best team throughout that season, and the coaching staff there behind the scenes, and they've worked so hard with the players.
Well, this is one thing that's changed since Chelsea last won the title in 2010. 24 members of the backroom staff are lining up to provide a guard of honour here. Steve Holland, Rui Faria, assistant managers Silvino, Christophe Lollichon, the goalkeeping coach, Mick Roberts going through there, who's a long-serving kit man.
It's incredible now, actually, that changing rooms for coaches are as big as the changing room for the players.
Trophy to be brought out by Keith Harms from the Chelsea FC Foundation. It's going to be presented by the Chelsea Foundation. She is Rachel Key, who was selected by Barclays in their Spirit of the Game initiative and the Chelsea Foundation. She joined the Barclays Premier League Works training scheme at Chelsea, and she now has a job as a coach with Academy Little Kickers. What a thrill for her. Can't really believe that she is part of this special day. Well done, Rachel. We are in the age of selfies. Yeah. We've got some nice coverage here, boys. You can get on your DVDs afterwards. Well, here is the man who has masterminded it all. The season, an extension maybe of his mindset. By halfway they'd established their lead, and they spent the second half defending only 3 defeats at Newcastle, at Tottenham, and in a dead rubber at West Brom on Monday. And he was annoyed that they were losing 1-0 here to Sunderland, but his substitutes sorted it out. By and large he knew his best side, and only injuries and suspensions and the occasional tactical tweak led to alterations. First to get a place on the podium, right, to Nathan Ake, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mitchell Beanie, Andreas Christensen, who came on today. They're looking at these first team players and thinking, can we join them? Been very successful at youth level, Chelsea, in Europe and, of course, in the FA Youth Cup. But to lead the parade of the medal winners, the 2 goalkeepers. Petr Cech, of course, has won the lot in the Abramovich era. This may just well be his swan song here. He's lost his place to Thibaut Courtois, 10 years the younger. He had to be very good to oust Cech, and he was. Goalkeepers have their medals. Branislav Ivanovic started all 38 games. Nemanja Matic, a key man in the Mourinho way of things. Oscar, who's just missed out in the last couple of games through injury. Outstanding, Nemanja Matic. Peter McCormick, acting chairman of the Premier League, doing the honours with the help of Steve Cooper, Barclays head of personal and business banking. Another one for Felipe Luis, who won with Atletico Madrid in La Liga a year ago. As did Diego Costa, who got his 20th Premier League goal today. Cesc Fabregas was suspended. Finally, Gary, a league title for him in England.
Well, talk about final piece of the jigsaw. Fabregas and Costa receiving their medals there, and such an important part of what Chelsea have achieved this season. But other characters, see Ivanovic there in the back, Matic, a lot of them have been outstanding. They've got the best characters and best leaders in the league. That back four outstanding. Willian, a fantastic player on that right of midfield, never lets you down, consistent week in, week out. And then you've got players like Mikel who step in and do a job to see out games, or when others aren't playing. Quadrado will benefit from his first 4 or 5 months in England. They're in a good place, Chelsea.
Got injured today, Quadrado, and winning the penalty. Loic Remy is filming it all right up to the moment that he gets his medal. 2 goals in the 3-1 over Sunderland, which is shortly being completed. And Gary Cahill, a first title at the age of 29 for the England defender. And the outstanding player, the little magician, the magical ingredient, the X Factor, Eden Hazard.
He's been the difference so many times, Hazard, in big games. He's delivered this season more than ever.
And Didier Drogba, who announced earlier today that this would be his second departure from Chelsea, but that he would be back on the coaching staff in years to come. And it's leaving it for one man to come, the Colossus of Chelsea. Refused to be written off. Has he ever had a better season? Well, a little horse, Mourinho called his team last season. This season it has been a thoroughbred. The only horse in this Premier League race. The runaway champions, Chelsea. After 4 years in Manchester, the title has returned to the capital. And Chelsea led the race from August to May.
Chelsea celebrating. Chelsea are the champions, and Graham Souness, moments for these guys to treasure. I imagine this is some feeling.
You never get Champions League, but this, going back to my time as a player at Liverpool, that was always the most important trophy. It meant so much to the management. They had done their job properly over a long, gruelling season. It meant so much to you as a player. You know, you've done it over a long, gruelling season. You know, you've handled the bad moments better than anyone else. You think of this team getting beat by Tottenham, going to the Champions League to PSG. They just bounced back from that immediately. You do not win the trophy if you've not been the best team over the 9-month period. They have been the best team, easily the best team, the hardest team to play against at times, not the easiest. Watch a lot of the times. The league round results out when they weren't playing particularly well, and that marks you down as a champion.
And Jeremy, do you remember last year we stood at Manchester City talking about their team, how difficult it is to retain it? Do you sense, looking at these Chelsea players, and particularly the manager, this might be different this time around? Do you sense a real hunger amongst this lot?
I do, but I also sense a real hunger amongst the other side as well. I think Man City will go again. I think Arsenal will have a real go as well in the summer. But what I felt at the start of the year they won the title, when they brought in likes of Fabregas, Costa, brought back Courtois, which I felt was a really good signing. And then rejuvenate the likes of John Terry, who's been magnificent this year, best centre-back in the country. Matic, you go for the spine of the team. And then you need that little bit of stardust in your team, and that's exactly what Eden Hazard brings. He's been magnificent, and then you add to that man there, Jose Mourinho. He is the governor, he wins titles wherever he goes. So you have to take your hat off to him. And he's done the same and he's won.
How can they get better?
I still think there's a couple of areas that they'd look to improve. It may not need that to win the title again. I'm thinking more maybe Champions League. I look at the position of Oscar in there. I think he's a good player, but I think it's a position they could maybe strengthen. I think the centre-forward position as well with Costa. We know Drogba's now moving on. But when Costa's out, it looks like they lack something there. I think they could do with a striker who could also maybe play in a wide area as well. You give them extra flexibility out wide. And maybe centre-back, maybe a position he will look at. You know, with John Terry getting older, if you like, he'll still be first choice next year. But I think those 3 positions be looking to add, not so much to think of the league, maybe to try and take them to another level in the Champions League.
I remember this time of year we were on the pitch at Man City, and Vincent and company came over and spoke to us and how well he spoke. And Wasn't getting carried away with the moment. He was talking about this just the start. You know, we're going to do this again and again and again. And that gives you an idea, you know, how difficult it is to retain this league. This is not easy because they've put a marker down. Yeah, they will start as favourites next year. You'd expect other teams to strengthen during the summer. It's a hard thing to win this league. You know, it's a grind at times. You know, and they've ground out. They've ground out results when they weren't playing particularly well early in the season. They were fabulous to watch, scoring goals. They were great on the eye. But you can't always play like that. And sometimes you just have to roll up your sleeves and dog it out and grind the result out. And that group of players have done that time and time again this year. And that's why they thoroughly deserve to win this league. It's not just about fancy football. It's not about glamorous football. It's about when things are not just quite going well for you. That's when you dig the results out, how you bounce back from a bad defeat. They've done that better than anyone else.
Celebration for Roman Abramovich, a celebration in London, celebration on Tyneside as well. That man, John Carper, is with David Craig.